integration. And the title of the webinar or the video here is Using Automation to Compete with Amazon in 2019. So Amazon has obviously and very clearly and publicly set the bar very high for people delivering online goods to their customers. So you can't wait a week or two to get an order out. You got to do it instantly. So I'm going to talk about a few ways that you can automate and save 5 minutes, 10 minutes here or there, which really adds up when you have a lot of orders. So my name is Lindsay. I'm from eBridge Connections, and we're a company that does integration. We're just outside of Toronto. There's about 70 of us up here. All right, let's get to it. So why automation works. And the automation, again, that I'm talking about is really flowing order data from wherever you're placing orders online. So your Shopify, BigCommerce, Magento, or Woo store, for example. Making sure that gets right back to the back office so that you can fulfill orders very quickly and send shipping details, tracking information back to your customer and get it on a truck as fast as Amazon can. So before I get into the details here, why would you do that? Number one is I'm sure your focus is increasing customer experience and satisfaction. They're not coming back if they're not happy. The next thing is just reducing friction. When there's so much manual data entry in the flow of an order from website over to end customer, then you know that that's going to equal time. And the last thing is just optimizing. I mean, we're all talking about how we can use technology these days and even AI or robots to get orders to customers faster. And so that's exactly what we're talking about here for 5 minutes. Optimize to save your time. So you listening, you might be a web agency looking for ways to streamline for your customers that are merchants. Or maybe you're a merchant yourself or a brand and you sell online. Your role could be in marketing, or maybe you're on the operations or IT side. It doesn't really matter. Really what it boils down to is, why does process automation save time? And we estimate that doing things to automate could save 50% of the time, which means that orders from a website can arrive to your customer's doorstep in way, way short order. So reduce the lead time that you need in order to pick, pack, get details to your customer, and ship it to them. So yesterday we were doing a little bit of math here at eBridge, and we boiled it down to 2 slides, the before and after scenario. So pretend your customer is on your Magento, Shopify, Woo, BigCommerce store, and they order something. Well, they order something and they go away from their phone. So instantly that order goes into the back end of your e-commerce platform. But if you're not doing anything with it, it's sitting there waiting for you or somebody on your team. And then usually it takes about 5 minutes, we worked out, to take that information, so the SKU, the customer number, the tax in their state, for example, when they paid for it, what size t-shirt they bought, for example, all those data points associated with that order need to get into your back office systems. So that takes about 5 minutes per order. And then fulfilling it, you send it in some way electronically or manually to the floor where somebody is grabbing items, putting them in a box, picking and packing. That's about 5 minutes. And then it takes about 5 more minutes after that happens where that box is sitting there ready to go. You need to get somebody to help ship it. You need a label. You need to get that shipping information back into that back office system so it's in there, and then back over in an email to your customer, back into the e-commerce platform so that you can save all those details. And then if the stars aligned, there's a truck waiting outside of your building. You can load that box onto there and boom, it gets to the doorstep of your customer. So that happens today without automation. So this is per order. So let's talk about after. So after, with automation. Pretend that person just ordered something on your BigCommerce store, for example, and they walk away from their phone and they hope to get it as soon as they can. So that order is made instantly. Well, with integration or process automation, that order will go instantly into your back office systems. So that could be an ERP or an accounting system. So it will flow automatically based on business rules and translations. You don't need to worry about it. It will just happen in near real time. Fulfillment will still take 5 minutes unless you can hire some kind of a robot, which people are doing these days. That order still needs to be picked and packed. The box is ready, but then the good news with automation is you can, again, in near real time, take that shipping detail, that tracking information, and toss it into your back office instantaneously and then push it to your customer and back to the e-commerce platform. And then again, we hope the truck's waiting, ready to go, and it brings your order to your customer. Or potentially a drone drops it off. So that's really, what happens in order to customer today with automation. And then a funny other little thing we were thinking about is that a lot of the customers we service at eBridge have hundreds of orders a day. But let's just pretend you have 20 orders a day on your online website. Let's say that 10 of them came overnight. So if you're not sitting at your desk watching those orders come in and then immediately typing them into your back office system ready for fulfillment, they are just sitting there. So let's pretend you got 10 orders overnight. Well, we know now that it takes about 15 minutes per order without automation. So think about it. If you're the 9th or the 10th person that ordered something from a website, say at 5 in the morning, well, you're waiting a couple more hours before that even touches the hand of a fulfillment person and before that even gets on a truck. So that can make customers very dissatisfied. And so when we think about it, 20 orders equals 5 hours of process for some customers. So if you streamline that process and it's not waiting on a human being to type orders in, that's how you can make sure that things are happening the way Amazon does it. So it's a bit of a long-term e-commerce fulfillment process automation, but now I've sort of broken down what that really looks like. Fulfill for your customer in an automated way cuts time in half. The time that it takes you as a merchant or your customer if you're a web designer. And it gives you a fighting chance to compete with the big Amazon of the world. All right, so that was about 5 minutes. If you want to learn more, we've got lots of information and 70 experts over here at eBridge. We'd love to show you more. You can request a demo tour of our technology and see it working live. We'd love to share some cool stories of ways we've helped other merchants. Give us a ding on our website, phone, email address, or just come by and live chat with us. All right, have a great day. See ya.